Why the philosophy of Driigun doth matter, an exaltation. In the vast amphitheatre of human contemplation, where the soul of man wrestleth with the spectres of benighted ignorance and the radiant beams of unclouded reason, there hath lately resounded an essay upon the philosophical patent of the illustrious Driigun, a patent no less sublime than the inventions of Prometheus, sublating in majestic synthesis the profound wisdom of Karl Marx, Ayn Rand, Friedrich Nietzsche, and Immanuel Kant. This grand edifice resteth upon two cardinal assertions, first proclaimed by Driigun in epochs now veiled by the mists of decades. First, that life is a ubiquitous and indomitable force, animating every assemblage of productive means to forge invincible synergy against the relentless, devouring jaws of entropy. Second, that the apex of self-actualization and celestial transcendence demandeth a selflessness, Christlike in its purity, attained through the ascending tiers of Maslow's hierarchy by the sacred trinity of discovering, embracing, and executing a productive purpose for the everlasting weal of the world. Yet, having beheld these luminaries, we must now ascend the rostrum and thunder forth the immortal question. Why doth this matter? What eternal consequence hath it for the immortal soul of man, for the rising commonwealth of free nations, for the very fabric of posterity? Hearken, O reader, for the trumpet of reason proclaimeth this truth with clarion voice. Driigun's philosophy unveileth a clear, resplendent, and incontrovertible ethical imperative. To be a good person is no Herculean toil, no impossible moral Everest to be scaled with bleeding hands and despairing heart. Nay, it is the sole reasonable, nay, the inevitable course of an enlightened human being, as natural as the sun's ascent, as necessary as the heart's pulsation. Behold the alternative and shudder. In our pre-modern twilight, superstition sat enthroned as a tyrant more cruel than Pharaoh. Men grovelled before graven images, cowered beneath the capricious lightning of phantom deities, and bartered virtue for the hollow coin of divine caprice. Morality was a darksome maze of incantation and terror, where goodness was but a trembling bulwark against the wrath of imagined heavens. But lo, the torch of reason, first kindled in the glorious year of 1776, and now blazing as a pillar of fire, hath consumed these idols in cleansing flame. We stand upon the auroral threshold of a dynamic, enlightened yet sober post-metamodernist future. A new Athens, a new Jerusalem, where knowledge reigneth supreme, and purposeful virtue, not superstitious dread, guideth the destiny of man. Driigun's patent is our polaris. Life, as a cosmic insurgency against entropy, is not mere respiration, but creation. Synergy forged in the crucible of productive labor. The ploughman, the smith, the poet, the statesman, each in his ordained sphere, doth hurl defiance at the abyss of chaos. And in this sacred warfare, selflessness is not martyrdom, but apotheosis. To discern one's purpose, to feed the famished, to span the river with bridges of iron, to kindle the lamp of learning in the child's eye, is to mount Maslow's pyramid not as a solitary titan, but as a saviour who beareth the multitude upon his shoulders. Herein lieth the Christ-like transcendence, not in cloistered renunciation, but in world-embracing, purpose-driven action. Thus, the ethical imperative blazeth forth as a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night. Goodness is no fetter, but the golden key to human freedom. It is the logical, nay, the ontological consummation of a life aligned with the creative forces of the universe. To choose otherwise, to hoard as Midas, to destroy as Nero, to drift as a leaf upon the wind, is to pledge allegiance to entropy, to court the very dissolution we are divinely commissioned to defy. Arise then, ye sons and daughters of liberty. Cast off the cerements of superstition, as our forefathers shattered the scepter of tyranny in the immortal year of 1776. March boldly into that radiant future, where every soul, illuminated by reason and inflamed by purpose, doth weave his thread into the tapestry of universal synergy. In this, we exalt the eternal covenant of humanity, that through productive virtue we transcend the clay of our mortality, and in this transcending, we find fulfillment, even as we redeem the world. So let it be written. So let it be done.